Good morning. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end, Honorable Knowledge Seeker. Today I am your host for the morning. My name is Badhan Das. I am from Bangladesh, dear Knowledge Seeker. I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international educational and training institute. With 3 years, we already serve 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. RGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Definition that is reportable. Research and community research providing holistic social work and education. We believe that is not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an operational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institute from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like return portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, converse sites, and many more. We have time for you to respect highly people. We have online courses for youth and learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their ethics and personality. Speaking knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concept for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP member are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individual who seek information can improve their skill level and hello. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1,816 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1,815 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website, www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched a website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an information, you will enjoy all features with business data you cannot do. Live quiz competition on our website. We replace side. On our website. Now you can check all of our previous web will not provide you any code for the not, but you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you're an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you're a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of gratitude. If you're an online live quiz competition winner, then you can download the certificate of participation. If you're selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organizes combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download any types of business certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global influence in the pandemic, certificate of active knowledge seeker, certificate of social activities in the pandemic, certificate of achievement IGP knowledge seeking can be 2020, 2021, and 2022, certificate of participation webinar series 1, authentic assessment in teaching learning, certificate of participation webinar series 2, teaching English as a foreign language and assessment, Certificate of participation webinar series 3 digital classroom engagement tool. Certificate of participation webinar series for the new trend in education. Certificate of participation webinar series 5 application leadership and managerial skills. Certificate of participation webinar series 6 trend and innovation in mathematics education. Certificate of participation webinar series 7 research comprehension approach. Certificate of participation webinar series 8 art in teaching a special program in the art. Certificate of participation webinar series 9 21st century tool in teaching mathematics. Certificate of IGP corporate ambassador. Certificate of IGP campus ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our previous student services website for free and many more. Dear IGP, well, we should be promised previously, but lack of technical problem while listening on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition to solve all issues from our website. Now you can handle this password everything. You check your report for all event. This is totally request to check all button and pages on our website. Should like and say will benefit. Thank you, but note that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. At present, we are going to start our 1816 webinar, which name is Teachers Digital Literacy Competency and its Complementation in EFL Classroom. And today our speaker's name is Afri Ikanal Muslimin. He is from Indonesia. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, sir, I must share a very little bit about him. English Education Department of University Islam Nerari Martin West Musa Tranga, Indonesia. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Sir, the stage is yours. You can start your presentation now.
Okay, thank you very much. So, good morning for everyone here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me thank to the committee that already conduct these wonderful occasions, so that I have a chance to join this wonderful scholarly event, so that I have an opportunity to share my ideas and also thoughts, and also my research results that can be listened, and also invite some recommendations, and also sharing from the international community. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I also would like to deliver my gratitude to Institutes of Global Professionals that already invited me to be the speaker this morning, and also to Dr. Abdul Ghaffur that already introduced me to this wonderful event, so that I have this time to meet you all today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I go further, so let me introduce myself a little bit. So I'm Afif Ikhwanul Muslimin, and I'm currently an academic staff of State Islamic University of Mataram, West Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia. And this is the picture of my campus of my university. So you can see that my campus is situated in a certain island in the middle of Indonesia, namely Lombok. So Lombok is very famous because of the tourism. So when you go there in Lombok, you will find a lot of tourism resorts, and also tourism sites that can make your life more wonderful, because we have a very natural and beautiful scenery, including beaches and also mountains. And we have also very popular because we have international circuit for MotoGP. So we had conducted MotoGP in 2023 last week, and it was conducted in Mandalika circuit in Lombok Island. Currently, I'm also taking my PhD in English language teaching at State University of Malang. So instead of those activities, I am also active as a board member in elite associations or associations of English lectures in Islamic institutions in Indonesia. So you can go to elite website if you are interested to see what we are doing in the associations. I just type elite associations in Google. Then hopefully that our agenda is not only finished until these occasions. However, if you have similar interest or expertise with me, like in ELT, linguistics, teacher professional development, and also technology enhanced language learning, so you can find some scholarly works that are already published in some national and also international index journal. So in 2023, I have published four Scopus Index Journal. Then you can find that some of them are really related to the topics that we are going to discuss this morning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go to the topics that we're going to discuss. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we know that now this technology become very familiar and popular in our daily life, government and policymakers recognize the importance of digital and technology for educational purposes. The growing impact of digital resources with opportunities for broad access and openness is an important indicator for promoting the quality of education. With the advent of the technology, digital tools have become an integral part of human lives, and it also enhanced three important factors such as speed, virtuality, and networks. As we know that previously, students should access the on-site or the real building library in order to get the references. However, today, the students can directly access any resources or references only with their own gadgets, laptops, or any other technologies. Instead of that, technology helps us to conduct a virtual classroom while previously we experienced kind of COVID-19 pandemics where the on-site teaching and learning process were unable to be conducted. Therefore, technology become a scaffold or mediate these kind of obstacles. Moreover, technology also provide us a lot of benefits by creating engaging learning environment. While the teacher and students not only connected with the face-to-face in on-site learning situations, but also they are connected through social media. They are connected with some learning management system. They are connected with some interactive teaching and learning process. Then some teachers consider that themselves are quite tech savvy because nowadays the information about new technologies already touching our life. However, some others consider that they are not tech savvy. So it's quite interesting to understand whether the teacher itself they have kind of enough digital literacy because preparing the teacher with enough digital literacy is also actually preparing the students also or the younger generations in order to face their future global competitions. As we know that nowadays we are facing industrial revolution 4.0, 5.0, where the digital literacy is part of the importance that should be embedded into educations. So preparing the students, meaning that we also have to make sure that the teacher itself are literate and also competent with what is called as technology. Then, what is called as digital literacy? So, according to some experts, it is related to the general ability to use computer in addition to a set of skills such as the ability to use word processing or database software. And what about digital literate teacher? So, it is related to the processing technical skills that the teacher should have in using digital tools and system deemed appropriate to educational setting and identifying how this can be used within particular unit of teaching. So there is a kind of mix and match whether the teacher itself can use the technology to support their teaching. However, literacy is not enough. So the teachers who have digital literacy, they also should have what is called as digital competence. What is digital competence then? It takes a specific knowledge and attitudes about legal and ethical issues, privacy and security, and so on. Meaning that the teacher should not only being able to apply the technology to support their teaching, but also the teacher should consider whether the technology will harm the students, will bring the students to do kind of fraud or breaking the rules or thinking about the possibility whether the teachers can meet the teaching and learning objective itself. Then, since it is very important to understand what is called as digital literacy, so especially in my context that I'm living in Indonesia, so there have been some investigation in relations with the digital literacy in Indonesia. As being reported by mediaindonesia.com 2021, the digital literacy of Indonesians are in a moderate level with a score of 3.49 with the scales of 1 until 5, showing that there is a need to improve teachers and also student digital literacy in order to help them to meet the current trend of education and also to meet the demand of the current trend in the future global competitions. Similar result also shown by research conducted by Chemcominfo by applying a kind of indicators coming from UNESCO in 2021, showing that the Indonesian digital literacy was only 3.41 from the scale of 1 till 5. So the result is not quite different. So both of them showing that there is a need to improve the students and also teacher digital literacy competence. And moreover, one study conducted by me myself, so I did a kind of research to the pre-service teachers, to some students in West Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia, in the university there. So the result of my study shows that most of the participants, the pre-service teachers, had a low TPK and also TPAC because of they were lack in technological knowledge. So the technological knowledge that the participants had in my previous research shows that it was lower than the content and also pedagogical knowledge. So there is a kind of assumptions that the participants learned a lot the materials that can be used as a materials to teach. Then also they learn a lot the strategy to teach. However, they are not used to learn about how to apply technology to support their teaching. Therefore, the study about digital literacy for teachers is very important because in fact, some studies says that it will affect the teaching performance. Then Rosa 2021, Sanchez Cruzedo 2021 mentions that TLC level reflects teachers' professionalism. So there is a kind of compatibility or correlations between the teachers' TLC level and also whether they are professional or not in teaching EFL. There are also some studies showing that why it is connected. First, Fallon says that it helps teacher to prepare the future teaching. As we know that we have AI nowadays, we have some sophisticated technology that can help the teacher to search for a good references, the authentic references, to help the teachers to prepare the teaching scenario. Also, some of the AI help the teachers to prepare some like PowerPoint slides, also prepare kind of animations that can create an interest of students to learn. The second one, Sanchez Cruzedo said that it scaffold teacher skill in crisis teaching time. As I mentioned before, when we experienced the COVID-19 pandemic situations where the on-site teaching and learning process were unable to conduct it, then we can use technology like Zoom, Google Meet, and so on that can help the teachers and students keep connected, not only by sharing kind of tasks that should be done by the students, but also maintaining a kind of live interactions between teachers and also students. Also, according to Ting, it enables teacher to design meaningful scenario. Attending authentic material is very important. By using technology, it can attend, though it's very quite possible for some schools in a suburban area in Indonesia to attend a native speaker. With the technology, the teacher can attend kind of YouTube's as a source of listening and also attend of YouTube as a sample of doing a public speaking and so on. So technology help the teachers to create more meaningful teaching and learning process. However, in deciding or assessing the teachers' digital literacy is not quite easy. There have been a lot of frameworks that can be used as a medium to what is that to check whether the teachers have enough digital literacy or not. We have some technology integrations model that was introduced by some expert like PICRAT, RAT, TPAC, Summer, NIS model, and so on. However, according to some studies conducted by Shanna and Michelle 2020, suggested that TPAC Summer is the most appropriate one because of some reasons. The first one, TPAC or Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge and Summer have been developed with the aesthetic element identified in the framework. So it was developed in pictures so that it creates kind of interest for teachers to learn and also see, and also furthermore create the curiosity for teachers on applying those kind of frameworks. And the second one, they made the need for teachers. Hilton 2016 did a kind of case study on social studies teachers that the TPAC and Summer is preferable by the teachers because the Summer help the teachers to embed the technology into instructions, and the TPAC can be the underlying theories on how to mingle between technology, pedagogy, and also content. Furthermore, TPAC has been especially popular with the researchers because some of the instruments are already being validated, and also Summer, according to the researcher, have been used as to analyze how the technology can be blended into instructions. Finally, TPEC and SAMO are the most widely adopted framework to evaluate digital literacy competence. Therefore, during my research previously, I applied those kind of combinations between TPEC and also SAMR. Then, what is called as TPEC? As we know, TPEC consists of three domains, that is technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and also content knowledge. And the elaborations of the three domains are intersected to create another domain like TCK, or technological content knowledge, the technological pedagogical knowledge, pedagogical content knowledge, and also the last one in the core, in the middle part of the model is TPEC itself. So, meaning this kind of framework was introduced by Misra and Kohler because they would like to introduce on how the teacher can integrate between the three elements, technology, pedagogy, and content, into a synchronous model that is in the form of teaching scenario. On the other hand, summer substitutions, augmentations, modifications, and redefinitions is a framework that can be used as a guideline on how the technology can be embedded into instructions, because they are developed in layers. So the lower layer is substitutions. Substitutions is a level where the teacher changes the conventional learning tools such as paper into electronic based device such as ebook. So going to the higher level or more sophisticated in technology integrations, we have augmentations level. It is where the teacher use technology not only for one functions, but several, and sometimes teacher associate the use of technology with other functions of other technologies. To be more complicated, actually it's not complicated, but it's more sophisticated. So the teachers can modify the use of some technology as a tool for students to complete a project or task as much as possible. So the third layer is modifications, and the last one is redefinitions. This is the level where the teacher can direct students to explore various technology to accomplish the assignment as creatively as possible, or even to evaluate and disseminate learning outcomes. So here, if we combine those two kinds of model, so it can be a very good combinations, because TPEC become the underlying theories and SUMMER become the kind of practical instructions on how to integrate technology into instructions. Then the integrations of TPEC and SUMMER have some benefits, because according to Hilton, it guides the teachers on how to integrate technology easier, because it creates kind of curiosity. How can I substitute? How can I modify? How can I augment? And so on. And according to Kihoza et al., it provides valuable information about where the challenges arise and the opportunities that exist when selecting technology for students in learning. Since there are few studies investigated the variables that I mentioned, especially when combining TPEC and SUMMER together, and also using TPEC and SUMMER together to discuss TLC. Therefore, I'm interested to do kind of this study and use this kind of framework to assess the teacher's TLC, and also especially when it is used to scrutinize the variables from participants teaching in various cities in Indonesia, because there is a possibility that different cities, different areas also shows different teachers' ability to conquer the digital literacy competence. Therefore, the objective of my research with this title is about to know whether there is a correlation between EFL teachers TLC and also their teaching performance. So I'd like to investigate whether the previous study showing that there is a connection between TLC and also performance is really true. Then I conducted a kind of mixed method with a descriptive multi-cases study design in order to know the compatibility between EFL teachers' digital literacy competence and also their teaching performance. Then I did the research to some participants in Indonesia. So you can see here there is a blue map. The blue map showing this is the Indonesian map, and I focus only on the area in East Java, Indonesia province. So East Java province is actually very close to the middle of Indonesia or central of Indonesia. However, this province is understood as the second biggest, or what is that? economic growth, the second biggest economic growth in Indonesia. And then the meaning is that it's considered that the teachers that have enough facilities, supporting systems that can help the teachers to access digital literacy, to improve also their competence. So the participants were the six teachers from six different universities in six different cities in Indonesia. And in order to collect the data, so I use three things here. Three instruments are the questionnaire, consisting of 20 items, comprising two technology integrations model. The first one is TPEC, and also summer. And also I did kind of semi-structured interview in order to confirm whether the answer self-assessment during the survey fulfillment is really connected or true or not. And the next one, I also connected the data with the documentations that I did by collecting the participants' applied lesson plan. So I would like to see whether the responses in survey and also in interview are really correlated and being able to be triangulated with the data collected from the documentations. Then in the process of analysis, I did three process. The first one is doing a statistical analysis on understanding the score that I perceived from the survey. So I analyzed the TPEC Summer DLC and also analyzed the teaching implementations and convert the teaching implementations according to Summer technology integrations model into scores. And the next one, after I collected data from the interview, I did the transcriptions. I code the result of the transcriptions by finding something really relevant and also doing a kind of thematic analysis by collecting the result of the interview, meeting to the themes that I already decided before. That is about their understanding on TPEC and Summer, and also on how they implement it, and then how they are correlated. And then the last one, since I'm also really interested to know the compatibility between the participants' digital literacy competence and also the teaching performance, so I did a kind of statistical analysis on knowing how they are correlated based on the score that I already got. So this is the result of survey that I conducted. So it deals with the result of TPEC Summer TLC questionnaire administrations. So from the figure here, we can see that it unveiled that the participants were very confident with their competencies related to the teaching materials, especially for the content knowledge. So they are ready to be a teacher since they are master of the materials with a score of 4.33, meaning that it is very high. And the variations of teaching strategies to be applied in English classroom. So they consider themselves as someone who are really knowledgeable in order to apply various strategies to support the teaching and also the materials that they're going to teach with a score of 4.50, which is also indicating a very high level. This data show that the participants needed to be more confident to confirm that they were test savvy. As you can see from the figure here, that the participants' technological knowledge also similar with my previous studies on the pre-service teachers. So the participants here also showing an indications that they were low in technological knowledge, especially when it should be connected to another knowledge like content knowledge and also pedagogical knowledge. Then based on the participant responses in the interview, so some participants say that I think my technological augmentations was simply transforming from conventional content into game-based content. So the participants here already admitted that they couldn't go higher level of the summer technology integrations model. So they couldn't do what is called as modifications and also redefinitions. Then when the participants are asked to do kind of self-assessment on how their efficacy on applying technology to support the teaching, participants say that I think I'm on 2 from 1 till 5 score scaling because I use only common applications such as WhatsApp and YouTube. Grammarly, and sorry, it's not quite clear there because of these versions of the PowerPoint. So we can see here the participants somehow know and realize that their technological knowledge is not really enough. So they need to improve their digital literacy competence. So based on the table and also from the interview, so I can say that the participants were in a high category of TLC, but low on TK compared to CK and PK. Then, more sophisticated the digital technology functioning according to summer stages, the lower the participants' TLC score. So, as you could see from the previous figure here, uh, the top five questions shows that how the participants assess themselves in terms of how they apply technology based on summer model. So we could see that the higher the top part there, I modify, I redefine, and so on. So the score was lower compared to the previous questions. Then, comparing the individual lectures TLC and the implementation score, as I mentioned, it's quite interesting to see whether participants situating in different cities, different areas, maybe they have a potentials to have different TLC. Then I conducted the research to six participants. Then, as you could see, the implementations here, participants one got two the score for implementations, meaning that in summer we have four layers there, starting from substitutions, augmentations, modifications, and redefinitions. The highest scored is four, and the lowest scored is one. Okay. Two here indicates that the participants reach the augmentations level, and four indicates that the participants can reach the redefinitions level. Then we can see here that only one participant shows the redefinitions level stage. However, the other um, commonly they reach modifications level and also augmentation level. And in terms of score, individual score of TLC, we can see here the score are very close to each other. Some are 3.4, the other are 3.9. However, one participant coming from Surabaya. Surabaya is the second biggest city in Indonesia. The score is 4.5. So meaning that this participant has the highest DLC among the other participants. Then comparing the stages of the university here, because the three participants coming from private university and the other three are coming from the public university. So the participant 4, 5, 6 are coming from public university. Then participant 1, 2, and 3 is coming from private university. So the data shows that they are not quite very different in terms of score. The score are only different for about 0.07 score, meaning that it's not quite significant. However, we can see here that there is the status of the university doesn't reflect the level of TLC from this table. Then this is the result of documentations and also observations um, from the lesson scenario that the participants already shared to me. So participant one teach argumentative writing, and the technology that the participants used were tutorial videos from the argumentative essay. And from the summer model, I can map whether the participants can reach which level. Then we can see here in substitutions, the participants substitute the conventional argumentative sample with the interactive argumentative video. Then in augmentations level, the participants ask students to learn writing through an interactive video. Then the participants use that kind of technology because the participants would like to motivate the students. So there is an underlying motivations that the teachers use or the participants have in order to apply technology to be embedded into teaching. Then let's see participants number three. She is the participants who had the highest score for GLC. So participants applied Nearport, EduFlow, and some others technology there. It's not clear here because it's closed by uh, the running text there. And during the substitutions, participants substitutes the class into a learning management system and then develop quiz in Nearport and introducing the topics. So this is the stage where the participants apply the augmentation stage. And then in the modification stage, the participants create a kind of discussions during inside the LMS. And so in the process of redefinitions, the participants ask students to do kind of peer feedback and also share the feedback through some social media. And again, the participants applies of this technology because they have the underlying motives or motivations. Then one of the participants who are interested to teach syntax, the participant substitutes the syntax explanations with the audio and also video, and also substitutes the online offline class with a virtual class through Zoom, and also substitutes the paperwork with the e-file. And then in augmentation stage, the participants target students to learn syntax from audio and video. And here we can see there is a WhatsApp group, which is actually used as a social media, just connect the other people because of sending message, audio, and so on. But here it's used as a medium of instructions. And then the motives of applying this technology, because the participants would like to increase students' learning interest. And then here, participant 5 in the modification stage shows that he creates feedback video. So here, the participant would like to change the use of the original screencast as only something to share videos, but there is a kind of EFL learning process that is about giving feedback. So the feedback here is meaning that the participant try to modify the original use of the technology into something else. And then why the participants apply this one? Because need to support the academic writing course and content course, because also the curriculum materials development course. So the participants actually have some the underlying interest rather than only creating an interactive teaching, but also kind of design that can be a proposal to develop a better material development course. And then, according to the discussions, the table shows that all participants had integrated teaching technologies for specific positive reasons. The reasons became the basis for choosing the most appropriate technologies to support that English teaching in the classroom. And all the teachers implemented technology until the augmentations level. So we could see that all the 6 participants past the augmentations level. However, only some reach the modification and one reach the redefinitions. Then, discussing the compatibility of the TLC and also teaching performance or the implementations in the EFL classroom. So we could see that most of them applied the TLC till the augmentations level. And then according to the score itself, it shows that the score of the TLC was 3.4 something, meaning that it is very close to moderate level. So showing that the participant only reached the augmentation level and the score was only 3.4 something, showing that it has a very high compatibility. Then comparing to the statistical result of calculations, it can be seen that there is a significant score 0.011, showing that this is lower than 0.05. Or so the Pearson correlation score here showing there is a high significance of correlations between TLC and also how it is implemented in the real classroom. So in the conclusions, I can say that the lectures TLC was in a high level, and this result remained similar when the TLC level were compared based on the university status. Nevertheless, different cities' economic conditions or wealth might affect each lecture's TLC level, as we can assume that the wealthier the city, there is a possibility that the transfer of technology is faster compared to the lower economic city. Then, scrutinizing the implementations of lectures TLC through summer, most lecturers should actively join professional development program in order to escalate their ability to and literacy and also competence to integrate technology into teaching and learning. And the compatibility between lectures TLC level and its implementations was at a very high level, as shown by both the triangulations between the data perceived from the teaching scenario and also the TLC survey, and also doing kind of statistical analysis showing that the score was below 0.05, meaning there is kind of significant correlations there. And it portrayed that the lectures TLC was not only situated as knowledge, but also implemented into practice. So this research shows that there is true correlations between the teachers TLC and also how they perform in using technology to support their teaching. Then I have an example of a simple scenario, one-page lesson plan. that can be used as a teacher as a guideline on how to implement technology based on summer technology integrations model. So here the focus is on genre-based reading in EFL with summer. So the goal is to improve students' ability to comprehend genre in reading comprehensions. And here we can start by um, substitutions level. Sorry, it was mistyping there. So the task start with the traditional reading assignment where students are given a printed short story. So printed short story can be replaced with something in electronics like a PDF versions that students can access online, provide students with the access on e-reader applications or website where they can read the story. And in the next stage, which is augmentation, after reading the story, students will answer comprehension questions on paper. So this is the conventional or traditional ways of teaching. Instead of paper-based questions, so we can use a kind of more interactive um, checking or on students reading comprehension by using Mentimeter. You can use WordWall, you can use Google Form, and any other interactive technologies that can be used to check the students reading comprehensions. Then, in modifications, the traditional ways of teaching is that moving beyond comprehension questions makes students analyze and identify elements of literary genre like fictions, nonfiction, and so on. However, using the technology integrations, use the online discussions forum or collaborative platforms like Padlets, or maybe we have kind of Microsoft Team, Microsoft Docs, that we can ask students to collaborate together to have a kind of discussions to analyze the existing reading text or the e-text, where students can post their observations and analyze of the genre elements in the story. They can also engage in a peer discussions and provide feedback to one another. And in the highest level of summer, so here in the traditional ways of teaching, we encourage students to create their own short story in the genre of their choice, applying what they have learned. However, in summer technology integration model, I can propose that the teachers can implement creative tools like Storyboard, where students can collaboratively write and illustrate stories online. They can also integrate multimedia elements such as image, audio, video to enhance their storytelling, sharing their stories online with a wider audience. So this is one of the ultimate goal of what is that? Summer technology integrations model that is about showcasing the product of the teaching and learning process by sharing to the wider audiences. It can be through social media, it can be through YouTube or any other technologies can be used to share to the wider audience, perhaps on a class blog or social media platform. So redefines the purpose and audience of the work. So the last but not least, so I can say here that DLC is compatible with the teaching performance, then as a teacher should always follow the trends. And one of the trend is about preparing students with the digital literacy. In order to help the students to be prepared with the global competitions with enough digital literacy, the teacher itself should also have enough digital literacy competence. They should be literate to use the technology, but they also should be smart and wise to use technology in order to have digital competence. So that's all my presentations, and hopefully it is useful for everyone. Thank you. And I'm sending back the screen to the moderator. Excuse me?
Sir, do we have more slides?
I think that's all, the slides. Okay. So I'm
Okay,
preparing
sir.
the presentations for, yeah, 45 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker will be able to and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinars certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Sir, our first question is from Bhanurga. What is negative competency in digital literacy implementation by AI?
Okay, so thank you very much for very interesting questions. So as we know that AI can be friends or can be a fool. So sometimes we are helped because we are teachers. However, on the other way around, sometimes students use the AI as something that can deceive us as a teacher. So sometimes we have to be whether shows our curiosity on whether the students really learn something or not from our classroom. Just like previously, I have an experience that I'm teaching reading, then I'm asking students to read the original English text. However, I found that some of my students applied use a smartphone in order to scan the text itself. Then just in second, the translations pop up on their gadgets. Then they could read the translations of the original text into Bahasa Indonesia. So, from my point of view here, so one of the most important thing is that the teacher should have a clear policy in applying technology during the teaching and learning process. The teacher has already think about something that the students can do, something the students cannot do, and also giving a clear instructions like Okay, the students, you can apply this AI, for example, ChatGPT, in order to check whether the way you do kind of writing corrective feedback is quite comprehensive in comparisons on the writing corrective feedback, which is conducted by the AI like ChatGPT. Then the students can do kind of comparisons. On the other hand, um, on the other side, the students cannot do something more than that. So the teacher already have a kind of guidelines that the students can do something in this way, and in this time the teachers already share it also to students. So students know what they can do and what they cannot do. So the negative competence of digital literacy implementations here need a kind of clear policy or kind of rules that the teachers in the scope of classroom that teachers should share to the students. So instead of that one, the students also need to be improved their kind of digital literacy competence in order to make them also being wise in order to use technology not only as something that can deceive their future but also something that can help them to support their future. So that's very important. So the teacher's roles here not only spoon feeding students, giving the students examples on how to use technology effectively, but also on how the teachers help students to wisely use the technology there. Okay, hopefully that answered the questions. And then the next questions here coming
Thank you
from,
so much, sir, for your answer. Sir,
excuse
our
me.
next question is from Ishaya Sarafif. Must
Uh-huh.
we combine TPACK and SAMR to be more effective?
To be more effective. Okay, are you still connected? Because seems like there is a kind of frame lags on my screen. Okay, so in my opinion, it's not always. If you are discussing about something, the underlying theories that you have um, to do, the underlying theories in relation with on how we integrate technology into into teaching. If you are discussing about the theories, of course, debate is very important to be used as the underlying theories. However, TPAC itself is not quite practical because you do not know where you should put technology into instructions. While Summer here give you a practical step, starting from the simple one to the more sophisticated one. So you can start by substituting something conventional or traditional like paper into something electronics. Then goes to the redefinitions, which is redefining the true functions of the technology and combine it with another technology, meaning that you create something advanced by using the true definitions of technology into something more complicated. So meaning that Summer can be more effective than TPAC in terms of practicality in order to integrate technology into instructions. However, TPAC is the underlying theories that can guide the teachers on think on how to connect between elements of three between technology, pedagogy, and also content. So if you would like to connect between technology and pedagogy, TPAC is good. Connecting between technology and also content, connect is good. However, in practical thing on designing the teaching scenario, Summer is better, I think. Okay, thank you. So based on my research, when I did kind of framework on analyzing the digital literacy competence, combining TPAC and Summer is quite more effective if I compare to make them separately, because um, digital literacy competence, we have two things there. It's not only about literate. Literate means that comprehensions or understanding or knowing. However, in the true applications, it deals with the competence. So competence really close to Summer, or it is very close to integrating technology into true instructions. Then literations or digital literate is really close to the underlying theories on how they can understand on combining technology with another elements like pedagogy and also content. So in case of assessing digital literacy competence, I think combining TPAC and Summer will be more effective. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kyangwi Isaya, and also Mr. Isaya Kyangwi, okay, for raising questions. Okay. Is there any other questions or comments? Or you can also give kind of feedback so that I can also improve, or recommendations also that I can improve the research and also develop further beneficial framework for digital literacy competence. I also did some research on something related to develop the participants' digital literacy competence, like technostress and also intentions to teach with technology. That later on, the article will be also published in some focus index journal.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much.
sir, for your answer. So there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you so much. See you.
Honorable sir, before I move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP Knowledge, it's time for the most engaging. It's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, after a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. There IGP Knowledge is time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure you presence on our website. Find learning session and get enrolled. After watching complete part 1, move to the next, which is the learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, for your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure you present on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next, which is learning test passing mark 80%. Pass back to the course again to download your certificate. You can take the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Narasik, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change a few process for online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure you present on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next, which is the learning test passing mark 80%. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without it, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button or given link. Find the session and name with logged website or user account. Click join and wait a few minutes for others to join and enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue a certificate for top 10, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. I'm going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, why do some teachers and school dislike digital literacy? Option 1, it enhances one's collaboration between teacher and learners. Option 2, too expensive, not cost effective. Option 2 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. Our next question is, literacy, numeracy, and digital competency are not mandatory cross-curricular skills. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 64% people are right here. Our next question is, information and data literacy describe the competency of interacting through digital technology. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 27% people are right here. Our next question is, Teacher must be skilled in pedagogy, content, technology, competency, and information literacy. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is, digital literacy should be used by teacher and learner with a specific need. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 83% people are right here. Our next question is, digital literacy is the competency one acquired when studying literacy and literature and literacy skill on the computer. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 58% people are right here. Our next question is, are all teachers trained in digital literacy, computational thinking, and computer science? Option 1 yes, option 2 not yet. Option 2 is the right answer. 67% people are right here. Our next question is, digital literacy is the competence to use ICT to find, create a communication information. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is, school must teach numeracy, literacy, and digital competency to the area of learning and experience. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our last and final question of the session is, to effectively integrate ICT, teacher required knowledge on digital literacy and how to use it for teaching and learning. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition at top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say, probably feed you skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a lot of people of things, all but understand. Before I say, hit the like button. Again, we want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.